You know how every year around this time, the tech world kind of stops for a second, takes a deep breath, and goes, so what's Samsung cooking next? Well, the Galaxy S26 series is that thing everyone's waiting for, and behind the scenes, it has actually been way more dramatic than you'd expect. Plans changed, rumors went wild, people thought Samsung was ditching models, bringing back weird names, and doing all sorts of crazy rebranding. But after all of that chaos, it looks like Samsung has finally locked things in. We're getting the classic trio again: the Galaxy S26, the S26 Plus, and the S26 Ultra. Familiar lineup, massive expectations. But there's a problem, and it's a pretty big one. Right now, Samsung is stuck with one of the trickiest decisions it has faced in years: how much these phones should even cost. And no, this isn't just one of those lazy prices may increase headlines. According to multiple reports straight out of Korea, Samsung is genuinely struggling to finalize pricing because things behind the curtain have gotten expensive. Components are going up in cost. Memory prices have jumped, camera modules are pricier, OLED displays aren't cheap anymore, and chip costs are becoming a headache. And as if that wasn't enough, competition is tougher than ever, which means more marketing, more workforce, more spending. Basically, it's getting more expensive to build smartphones and even more expensive to sell them. And this is where Samsung finds itself walking on a really thin tightrope. If they ramp up the price of the Galaxy S26 series to match rising costs, there's a very real chance fewer people will buy it. But if they keep prices the same as last year, Samsung's profits get punched straight in the face. Normally, brands might just take a hit to show off tech dominance. Samsung literally did this with the Galaxy Z Trifold. That phone is reportedly being sold at a loss purely so Samsung can flex that "look what we can do" energy. But the S26 series? That's different. This is not a prestige project. This is the company's main moneymaker. If this doesn't sell well or doesn't make enough profit, that hurts. A lot. To make things even more interesting, the launch itself is expected in February 2026, and apparently, even the pricing confusion plus the re-edition of the S26 Plus caused some internal delays. So yes, even before the phones are out, they're already part of drama. Now here's where things get even more strategic. Samsung needs Exynos to work again. Over the past few years, Qualcomm has basically taken control because Snapdragon chips were just better, and Samsung knew it. But relying too much on Qualcomm also means relying on their pricing. And when chipset costs rise, Samsung pays the price. Literally. That's why bringing back Exynos in a big way actually matters. Samsung building its own chips means more control, potentially lower production costs, and better profit margins. That's why we're expecting Exynos to power the S26 in many regions, alongside Snapdragon and others. But that still doesn't magically solve everything. There's still pressure. There's still negotiation with component partners. There's still this huge puzzle of how to balance performance, pricing, and profit. So right now, Samsung is in a pretty intense situation. Rising costs, massive competition, customers who absolutely do not want to pay more, and a flagship lineup that pretty much carries the brand's financial backbone. If they increase the price, people might walk away. If they keep it the same, profits drop. If they try to play safe, they risk falling behind rivals. No easy way out. But now I want to throw this back to you. If the Galaxy S26 series does come with a slight price increase, are you still going for it? Or are you someone who waits for last year's flagship to drop in price and grabs that instead? Is Samsung doing enough to justify whatever price they end up choosing? Share your thoughts in the comments because this is one of those launches that could actually shape Samsung's strategy going forward. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into what's really happening behind the shiny marketing, make sure to stick around because things are only going to get crazier as we get closer to launch. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.